Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to today's episode. Sorry it's been a while. After pulling the motor apart, I had to go through the 5 stages of grief to deal with what we found. There's a lot more than what we were expecting. It was definitely lifting the head, so at least I was right about that. But we found some issues with the oil pump, and then that led to issues with the bearings. So I'll show you all that today. We'll go through that, and yeah, and then I'll explain what the plan is moving forward, because that's changed drastically since pulling the motor apart. And just got to figure out what to do from here on and go from there. I'm also going to be changing the oil on the wagon today, and yeah, I'll take you through this thing that's going to be sitting for a while now, unfortunately, but when it's done, it'll be a monster, put it that way. Right, so here it is. Now, problem number one that we found when we pulled the head off. So here's the gasket. As you can see, it's fucked. So it was passing on 4 of the 6 cylinders. Yeah, so as you can see, gasket's knackered, and you saw in the head where it was passing. The other issue we found was that there was corrosion on the bores. Now I found this out that if you have an E85 car and you let it sit for too long, this can happen. So yeah, so that meant that we basically decided to pull the bottom end apart, which I wasn't originally going to do. And in doing so, we discovered that having issues with the oil pump. So this is a little washer that sits behind the timing belt, and as you can see, it was rubbing quite bad. And if we have a look inside the oil pump, you can see, I'll show some photos as well. You can see that there are rub marks and heat marks and small little imperfections and cracks, which shouldn't be like that. The other issue we found that was concerning was, so oil pump, these are meant to spin nice and freely, and when it gets to about there, it locks up. And it locks up really tightly. Alright, so it shouldn't be like that. And what does this mean? Well, we'll get these gears out. So as you can see on this inner face, I hope you can see that actually. I might struggle with this camera. Rub marks all throughout the oil pump. I'll see if I can't get it in better light. Yeah, there. So those marks there. Now, why is this bad? Well, let me show you. Right, so as we can see, because of that oil pump, we have had shit go through the motor. Try and get this to focus. I'll show some photos of this as well. So we got damage there. This one has some weird discoloration. These others just showed a bit of wear, but they weren't too bad. Yeah, not too bad. But yeah, these front 3, 4 cop the abuse of the shit from the oil pump. So I'll chuck some photos in there now. Yeah, and you can see. See on the underside, they're not too bad to be honest, but yeah, obviously just so that one there's copped a bit on that side, you can see there. Except for the dirt that's gone through it, wear wise they're really not that bad. They've still got plenty of life in them, except for the crap that's gone through. The other thing we can see is by this marking here, this cat was walking a bit, but only on the one side. This one's bad as well. There, so a few things to correct there. The big end bearings were actually fine. No damage to them except for your general wear for what you'd expect out of the motor from what it's been through. So I'll chuck some photos in after this. The rods and pistons are chilling in here and I can't be bothered taking them out and showing you. But yeah, they're fine. There's no issues there, so we'll just got a new set of rings and new bearings, and it should be good to go for bottom end there wise, as long as the crank is okay. Yeah, so not ideal. This has now become bigger than Ben-Hur, as always, when it comes to cars. So essentially the build's gone from a simple do the head and put a new gasket to basically a complete rebuild. So great. My bank account loves me at the moment. And yeah, there's my Evo motor, my Evo head, just chilling. That's fucked as well. So going good, on a good roll. Yeah, I'll be getting rid of this sump. I need more capacity for the oil pump that's going in it. So if anyone wants a Lewis Engines baffled sump, let me know. Alright, so I'm gonna go do the wagon now, and I'll chuck some photos in, and yeah, and then right, so let's service this thing. In the wagon I run Royal Purple HPR 530, and then I also use the Ryco ST range oil filters. OEM's probably better, but because of my work schedule it's really hard to get hold of OEM filters. I'm almost never home at the right times. So here it is, the old LS3. So much horsepower, it's insane. I can't handle the LS. So this has the W375 package. It's got headers, full exhaust, the intake, tune. It goes alright, to be honest, for a 2-ton barge. So yeah, let's drop the oil, chuck the new filter on, so I can go home and chill out before going back to work. So yeah, jack stands at the bottom. I have to put it on bricks before I can even get a jack under there. That's its standard height. Love it. Alright, let's get on with it. Right, it's a bit of a shorter episode, guys. Again, sorry it's taken so long between the two. Yeah, it was a bit of a crap moment when we started pulling things apart. And the more we pulled apart, the more we found wrong with the car. As you all know, that starts going from expensive to more expensive to I'm fucked. So yeah, so the crank is sent off to Harris. Once we know that the crank isn't bent or cracked and is in good nick, then I can decide which way I'm going to go. There's either two ways. There's either going to be a lot done to the motor or not. The head's off over east. Just waiting for that to come back. Once the head comes back, I'll show you guys all that and go through the specs of the head and exactly what's been done to it. And then yeah, we'll go from there. So yeah, so there might be a little bit of time now between episodes, just because obviously taking this stuff to the machine shop and waiting for the stuff to come back from over east takes a bit of time. Once we're happy with the crank, then I can start ordering everything else from Golby's, and then yeah, then it's going to be full on from there to get the car going again. One hint is the standard gearbox is coming out. Put it that way, it is coming out and something else is going in, because I'm sick of breaking standard gearboxes. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy.